Hey there and welcome. When we first learn about lists in Python, they can feel kind of fixed, like a little egg carton, right? Everything has its place. But what happens when you need to add another egg, or maybe find out one's gone bad? Well, today we're going to crack that whole idea wide open and learn how to make our lists truly dynamic. So let's get into it. Think about it for a second. Your actual to-do list, your grocery list, they're changing all the time. You're constantly adding new things, checking stuff off. It's a living document. So why on earth would we want our codes lists to be stuck in stone? The great news is, they don't have to be. Python makes changing them super, super easy. All right, to really get a feel for this, let's use a little analogy. Picture this. You're at a super busy cafe, and there's a line of people waiting for their coffee. That simple, everyday waiting list, it's the perfect way to understand how Python lists work once they start to change. When you boil it all down, there are really only two things happening in that line. First, a new person shows up and goes to the very end of the line. And second, when someone gets their coffee, they leave the line. That's it, adding and removing. Now let's see how this simple idea translates into Python code. Okay, so here's where Python works its magic. It takes these real-world actions, like joining a line or leaving it, and gives them special commands. We call these methods. You can kind of think of them as action words, or verbs for your lists. And you'll see them pop up right after your list's name, with a little dot connecting them. So enough talk about coffee shops. Let's get our hands dirty and see what this looks like in actual code. We're about to turn that waiting line idea into real working Python. All right, here's our starting point. We've got a simple to-do list with just two things in it, clean room and buy milk. This is our baseline. Think of it as the list before life gets crazy and we need to start making changes. And here they are, our two main tools for the job, .append and .remove. Let's look at appends first. This is your go-to for adding something to the very end of a list, just like that person joining the back of the cafe line. Now, you might be wondering, what if I need to cut in line? Well, there's another method called .insert for that, but we're keeping it simple today. Then you've got .remove. This one is like a search and destroy mission. You tell it the name of the item you want to get rid of, and it hunts down the very first match and takes it out. This is totally different from, say, the del keyword, which zaps an item based on its position. So yeah, two different tools for two very different jobs.
Okay, action time. We need to add a new task. Watch how easy this is. We just take our list's name, which is to-do-list, add a dot, and then call the append method. Inside the parentheses, we just put the new thing we want to add. Simple as that.
And there you have it. Our list has officially changed. You can say study Python is tacked right onto the end, exactly where we told it to go. Perfect. So what about getting rid of something? All right, let's say we went to the store and bought the milk. Task complete. So this time we're using the .remove method, and notice the really important part here. We're not telling it a number or a position. We're giving it the exact text of the item we want to remove, buy milk. And just like that, poof, buy milk is gone. See how the list just tidied itself up? The gap is closed and we're left with our two remaining tasks. This is what we mean when we say a list is dynamic. It can grow and shrink, and Python just handles all the details for us. This brings up a really good question. After we've been adding and removing stuff, wouldn't it be nice to just ask the list how many things are left? Like, hey list, what's your current size? Well, of course, Python has a way to do that. And that tool is the len function. It's just short for length, and its one and only job is to count how many items are inside something, whether it's a list, string, or lots of other things in Python, and give you back that number. It's incredibly simple, but you will use it all of the time. So using it is a piece of cake. You just type len, open up some parentheses, and put your list right inside. Here, we're wrapping it in a print statement so we can see the answer on the screen. Let's see what it says. And there we go. 2. The function tells us that our to-do list has exactly 2 items in it right now. So simple, so clean, and so incredibly useful. Okay, you've seen how it's done. Now it's your turn. All right, let's do a quick 30-second challenge. This is just to make sure everything we've talked about has really sunk in. You ready? Okay, so here's the scenario. You've got a list of your friends, Alex and Sam. Then you meet someone new, Priya, and you want to add her to the list. Looking at the 2 options on your screen, which one is the correct command in Python to do that? Take a second and think about it. If you said B, friends.append Priya, you are absolutely right. Fantastic job. Remember, when you want to add an item to the end of a list, append is the method you're looking for. You're definitely getting this. So let's just take a moment to recap what a big deal this is. What you've learned today is a huge leap forward. It's how you make your code stop being static and start being responsive to the world around it. This is a fundamental skill. And this is really the heart of it all. You are no longer stuck with data that's set in stone. You now have the power to build things that can adapt, that can grow and shrink their data as needed. This is how real-world applications work, and you've just mastered the core concept. Seriously, you have just added an absolutely critical skill to your Python toolkit. The momentum is real, so keep that curiosity fired up, keep practicing, and see what you can build with this new power. And finally, if this explainer helped things click for you, it would be amazing if you could hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep creating more content just like this for you. Thanks for watching, and happy coding!